in a Brazilian brawl here at the opener at the America's RMR. Both these teams dream to compete in front of their countrymen in Rio. It starts here.
And now you're taking some pop shots and just instantly getting right into it with the P250. But no connections. Neither one of these players landed a single bullet so far. So the clip slowly run dry, but the distraction is sold here. It looks like an A-side play is entering in for PLANO.
Two early kills come through. Tuurtle. Necessary that he makes a play and making his way out towards the vent. He just wants the brawl. He wants the fight. You'll find the headshot on the neck is for the player. Brennison pushing in towards lobby. Does get picked off at the end of it. But the bomb's on the ground is the biggest problem of this one. They have to try and take down Tuurtle if they want access to it. Tuurtle being aware of a potential mini play. Exit at the same time has to focus on Heaven. This entire round just hinges on what Tuurtle can do as Exit spots out KNG below him. As some problems start to emerge, Exit begins to start clearing out angles. Tuurtle gets himself into a better position, but oh, Imperial, what a shot. Clean onto Exit, and Tuurtle, it's going to be labored on the shots, and so they'll be able to scoop up the bomb, head down the vents. KNG trying to cover the cross. And Tuurtle actually has himself two 1v1s in front of him if he wants to keep continuing at this. Fake plant given, though. God, what a conundrum of a situation. He'll drop down and actually give him the fight. Tuurtle is on for the ace clutch in the pistol round. He swings the door. Yell just playing around the silo. He will be able to deny him, and that is PLANO opening up with a roar.
Yeah, and getting loud about that clutch as well. Right there is Yell. Fantastic closer right there. I mean, one last little piece of the puzzle for MIBR was Tuurtle kind of as that anchor player, and I was kind of noticing him with the introduction of Hennig kind of being a weak link. He has certainly turned that around here as of the recent stages. Even in EPL, he's proven to turn that around. And right there, he almost pulls off a miraculous ace. A nice effort, but no cigar. He actually even tosses over an A1S to his teammate there. JOTA is going to make its way in towards the ramp side here. They've already slipped on by, though. With this positioning, it's going to be very valuable. Still, opening pick goes in the way of Henny, and they're already planting down the lower bomb site.
No questions asked. They're just going to set it in. Mech is cleaning up rotations, and well, with the picked up AK here for Exit, there is a reason to consider a save. The JOTA finding Neck is another reason to go back into this one. No kits. It's the problem, so they have actually made their minds up. Brennison will fall on the back end, but I don't think that's a big issue. They should be able just to walk away from this one cleanly. This will be the clean 2-0 start. No real problems to this one for PLANO. It also is worth mentioning, PLANO have added in Zeus as their coach. It's a very interesting addition considering the wealth of experience that he has had. Major winning. Has been on a variety of rosters. Some successful, some more successful than others, for sure. Definitely one of the most titled Brazilian coach of all time. So, I would say that PLANO definitely have the man they want behind them to coach them through this. Make them the better unit.
No doubt. Again, a lot to prove, a lot on the line here, but so far so good in this opening map for the RMR. Now look who's on towards the A bomb site. Just as quickly as they went B in the last round, they're going to go towards the A side. Tuurtle, though, still collects straight through the smoke, and they've got so much rifles to back this up. They can make this round scary. Look at this flank from JOTA.
Unlikely to catch anyone, but the thing is, PLANO feel a bit claustrophobic with their current situation in the site. JOTA basically calling lobby clear is a very big piece of information. JOTA can make something happen on towards the back line, so this could get problematic. Pop flash gets tossed in, Neck is blinded up, but KNG and Imperia make an excellent duo, but they thought they dropped. And so it'll be a quick double dink. If they can clean up these rifles, this could mean the world for MIBR, but PLANO staying on their toes. 2 alive is plenty enough. And he will even scoop the AK on the back end. I'm not sure he'll survive this engagement, though. KNG looking snappy with it. That's 3-zip.
Again, they're coming with a lot of energy right now. You can see after every single round, they're getting loud. And I think that's what you kind of need to do. You need to bring that energy. This kind of underdog matchup for PLANO is definitely going to work out if they can keep up this level of play. If they can keep up this fast-paced aggression, man. They're constantly throwing these rushes out, these hyper-aggressive pieces. And I wonder if we're going to see any sort of pace changes if we see them slow it down. But for now, I feel like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why don't they keep up with the aggression here? Going for a no-scope there. And he does connect, and Exit will finish the job there.
He's even just turned around back to the smoke because he has full confidence you're not pushing that one. And he'll snipe down another. Henny's even continuing. He's even looking for this player who's gotten past his scope. This man is just so confident right now. I mean, he's been on the stage before. Don't get it twisted. Now, JOTA down below. Being handed out. It's a bit of an awkward fight, but this is looking to be a flawless one for MIBR. It's their time to get loud now as well.
They get their chance here, but it's still composure coming through from MIBR. That's a comfy, cozy round for you to collect. And it's all off the back of starting things off, punishing some of that aggression early on, right? That's a bold play from Indy to go for a no-scope like that. Exit throws the good utility as well, so no harm, no foul. MIBR. Once the rifles come out, do start to show some resurgence. And I like how they're calling a pause immediately. They lose one round. Pause gets called out. That's an interesting game plan here. I wonder what's being said from the coach, Jesus.
Truly a bit of a conundrum here on site for PLANO. You know what this team reminds me of? Just reminds me of exactly of Imperial and what was going on with the RMR. It's just this KNG effect, I feel, or from these older Brazilian players to really get amped up. Truly. There is some culture behind this team. All the teams that KNG runs. Remember the old PLANO of old. Back in 2021, definitely had the same energy. You could feel it even online. This team had so much hype behind them.
Good reason. I mean, it matters a lot, especially in these matches for this team. It matters almost everything here is making this major, making it through this qualifier for PLANO is of the utmost importance. Good to play in your home field, in front of your home crowd. That would be so valuable, but the same is true for MIBR, right? They're up against competition that's playing the same. Nice shot landed, though. Promising stuff. Forehead cam from Henny. Always fun. There it is.
Oh, it's his reaction when he hits a 6 shot, and the same reaction as when he goes down. I don't know.
The eyebrows might raise a little bit.
It's like those, you know, those stormtrooper shirts where it's like happy, sad, angry. And it's just the same stormtrooper. Cleaning up here is JOTA. That's a quick double. That's MIBR up to 2. Of course, he was just a half buy throughout that one. He was easy going. No real resistance there posted up by PLANO. But this is what you think they would call the timeout in for. Round number 6, another gun round, but it's KNG without an AWP. Certainly where he's found the vast majority of his impact, but so far we've actually seen him look pretty good on the rifles. I wonder if he can continue that in this kind of round.
Yeah, he's had a couple of good multi-kills there, especially in the post plant. Things nice and contained. But once the rifles have come up on the counterpart here, MIBR, they have looked just as lethal. Bryn is in on the aggro. Pushing the issue towards the ramp side of things. He's going to quickly call things clear. And Exit has a molly that's going to completely cut off this execute if they're not quick enough.
Oh, perfect molly. And now these two players just fall instantly. Exit, seamless, double kill, and period. KNG, no ground gained. KNG inside of hut. Spotted out, flanked. Round done. MIBR just shut them down at the door.
That's a lights out defense right there. You could just kind of see that lining up, right? That molly is just so deadly. it's very difficult to execute on the A side if you're gonna get tossed that molly out. You have to have a smoke for. You have to have some sort of avenue to get back into those type of rounds. And unfortunately for PLANO, 2 separate from the other 2 inside of hut, and that's about as easy as it gets if you're MIBR, able to chop up those fights. 5 deagles though, or actually hold that thought, 4 deagles, my apologies. KNG on the P250, maybe trying to prioritize that AWP in the rounds to come.
JOTA. Shadow advantage here. Sees the shadow, finds the kill. JOTA keeps swinging out. That's a nice shot though from Yell. However, a dink and then a wall bang. Well, PLANO showing that they still got some teeth.
Oh yeah, and that's important. You gotta have some teeth in buys like these, right? Especially when the gun rounds have looked the way that they have of recent. You know, punching back on a deagle round here or there can be a great avenue to solidify things. They're gonna walk back into Brennison, who's well positioned, taking the long range approach. These deagles have to get distance.
This is gonna hurt. For whom, though? Yeah, okay. There you go. Oh, a missed shot coming through from Henny. Henny. Won't matter, I guess, because Brennison is able to actually readjust. Shaky on the aim, but it doesn't matter. It's 4-3. MIBR with 4 rounds in a row. Guns out equals win.
Yeah, Brennison said, call the ambulance.
But
not for me. that was a little bit shaky there, but the composure's definitely there. He was able to stabilize quickly, even the USB kill to finish the job. Lovely work being done right there. Fantastic. Like you said, that's them 4 now in a row. These gun rounds are a bit scary, and look at this. A bit of a statement to be made here from JOTA, taking the high angle. Oh, jiggles are great, though.
Oh.
Still, JOTA better. He's going to find the kill, fall on off.
Man, it was JOTA who was powered previous iterations. He's played with Tuurtle and Exit for quite a while now. Back on the Bravos team. That was during the last IEM RMR, believe it or not. He's looking to bring the same energy again. GL, though, will deal with him, but it's information nevertheless. That is a bomb spotted outside as well. That definitely tells some signs here.
Yeah, it's some sort of value there, but not the kills. That's for sure. Brennison doing so much damage. Look at this. No one wants to peek. No one wants to turn this corner here. But he's caught with his Tuurtle out. He gets that molly down, and then they finally do swing. That's a bomb dropped in the palm of his hands. Eventually, that chamber's going to run on dry, but the trades are delivered. Exit able to pull off a flank.
And Tuurtle's even inside the vents, and it's just like a fisherman reeling in. As Henny is the fisherman right there, and the bait was perfect. It's Pyria up top in heaven, and with 20 seconds on the bomb on the opposite side of the site, he's going to have to make noise, get a plant, and somehow find a 1v3. And I don't think this somehow portion is going to be very, very difficult. The molly expended. Could be useful. He was trying to go for the save instead, but Turtle's not even going to let that happen. That's 5 rounds in a row. 5 near seamless rounds in a row for MIBR. Their money is exploding right now.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about this is that you saw the energy come through early on from PLANO. I imagine that energy has been sucked out of their souls, and now you're seeing MIBR. You know, they're slowly ramping up into this game, right? It started off slow. They did some damage on some ecos here and there, sure thing. But now that the rifles have come out, they've looked so clean, so tidy, and even Turtle's getting a bit hyped after these round conversions.
Oh boy. PK will fall early. Brennison lines up a double. This is starting to look very dominant for MIBR. PLANO started off this game with cheers and shouts, but that has quickly calmed down. MIBR have definitely something of their own, something of substance, and that is some dominant rounds of CS. Bombs on the floor, for the record. There's, even if the entries do somehow materialize.
Yeah, not the position you want to be in. They also have a player down in this lower bomb site, so Yell, of course, could get spotted out here. Coverage offered up. Yeah, JOTA not going to allow that to pass, and KNG again looking for some teeth to this, but it's another one of those squeaky clean rounds for MIBR. You got, look at this money. Exit maxed out. Haney above 10k. Brennan close to it, and Tuurtle right behind him. So, I mean, that's about as scary as it gets on a Nuke CT side.
Yeah, and it just speaks dividends just how seamless these rounds have been for MIBR. 6 rounds straight, and I think a couple of them now, two or three, they've been flawless. And so PLANO, guns back in hand, but what's gonna change? It's been just dominance on all parts of the map. Brennan has been unbreakable in towards B. He's maybe thinking about a push. That would have been something, but not gonna fall into the trap for now.
They're still holding steady. As ever on this CT side, everyone kind of pushed it up here. An incredible lack of presence towards the ramp side. As I say that, though, they do start to fill in those holes. Henny was making a slight rotation in towards that direction just to toss it a smoke and to bail on out here. And look at the time left now on the clock. It's going to definitely apply some pressure. There's about 55 left, and there's not a lot to say about the map control for PLANO.
Also, utility running dry. No smokes remaining. When that mini smoke fades, that's going to be the last piece of cover they'll get. And Exit even has a molly primed and ready. Now 30 seconds on the clock. Still counter utility prime. Tuurtle goes for a pot shot, though. This is going to get dangerous now, as Exit is the only player towards the back of the site who has direct impact on this site, and he will fall. Big kill to find for Yell. And that will allow them access. That will get themselves a plant. And JOTA tried to make a move, but dealt with by KNG. MIBR, I think their streak has finally been broken here, Cole.
Yeah, and sure, you have all the money in the world, but getting out of this round is much more important, right? There's not a real chance to pull off that retake. Very unlikely. They get a kill on their way out as the icing on the cake, but PLANO locked that one in. And as I said, you know, we saw some hyper-aggression come out from PLANO all throughout this half. This kind of slow crawl of gathering a little bit of that outer yard control and then adding a third prong of mini, squeaky, and hut to that A execute. I think offered just enough coverage right there. Definitely a well-thought-out round from PLANO.
Also just overwhelming the site. There's only Exit. Who could really post anything? Tuurtle was in a difficult position. And when he goes down on his own, it's the rest falling into place. So PLANO with a pretty solid round. Oh, be able to refill the coffers. Still not able to pick up an AWP, however. I think that's one of the reasons they didn't want to retake, is they're just going to hand it off over to KNG, who definitely relies on that weapon. Has definitely been able to use the rifles, of course, but Op definitely the preferred choice. JOTA's going to go down outside, but may not matter if the main hit comes to Henny. Henny and Brennan is a terrifying duo.
You'd just like to avoid ramp in general. Turning this corner is near certain death, so we'll see if they take the bait. It looks like they might be interested, but again, a much slower approach to PLANO. I like that they have this sort of depth and ideas. We saw the aggression. It worked out early. It stopped working later on, and now off of this 4-on-5 advantage, even when they have a pretty decent advantage, they play the patient game. A lot of control to be taken from PLANO, though, if they choose. We'll see if they capitalize off of it. They have full outer yard at their range. A hefty A stack right now. Kind of a gamble of sorts.
They're going to leave it up to Henny. So hold 20 seconds, but it seems like they want this A site. it seems like they want to stack. So exit on the hold. Jiggle Peek is in. Tuurtle playing the off angle though, right at the front of the hut. But now they go down the vents instead. They redirect and back down they go. They'll be able to cross, and Ike is trying to stop them from getting down. Being very elusive. And Pyria even went back up the vents for the fight. He'll take a 1-for-1, and I think they're going to enjoy that. They want that. Yell, no. This fight means everything. First kill. Make that 2. What a round from Yell. What a round from PLANO. What a redirect. What a play.
Yeah, they seem super committed towards that A side, right? But then they quickly realize that there's something wrong. There's something off about it. And the decision making to make it down the vent for everyone on this team is very promising. That's a snap second decision. And he's still going to collect one on the outro, but PLANO starting to build themselves a comfortable T side. Again, we know this to be a more CT-sided map in nature, so getting yourself a cushion here is everything. And they're already at 5, and there's opportunity for much, much more. Obviously, that economy is quite strong, but they can continue to string these rounds together. They will be able to break through that and then break through this half.
You thought that they were just going to walk into that trap right there on that A site. They had the gamble stack in play. It was looking great. Exit got that initial kill. And you think the rest come out squeaky and the rest of the round is just done. But I love that. I love just going right on down the vents. Not getting hit by anyone top hut. PLANO had the... PLANO are coming in and I think surprising a lot of people with the level of play we're seeing.
I mean, that's even a head-to-head read right now. When you're up against MIBR and you find an opening pick, odds are they're going to be stacking up on a bomb site there. So I'm wondering if that's a little bit of preparation done from them.
Boy, they're not for a fast play out. This time around, punish. Double kill for Exit. Make it 3. Turn it to 4. This has been a swift 4K from Exit. And Pyria's just left to pick up the pieces.
That is lights out from Exit, man. What on earth was this round? They look for a pace change and they just run into a brick wall. That's what Exit can provide as well. Like, get one of those prospects that MIBR were able to find out and utilize to full effect, man. He is playing some difficult positions, but he's making it work to perfection.
Just Pyria 1v2, but a minute on the clock, and I love the active play from Henny to just keep moving, denying space. Could still come out the hut for just a moment. Exit tucked away at a very odd angle. And still paranoia begins to set in. He might not consider. Oh, now you do consider. But Pyria wins the fight. Exit denied of that ace. Oh, but no way you expect Henny coming in from hut. There just simply is no way. Exactly the way he came from. And that will get the easy 1v1 victory. 4K from Exit. What a round that was. What a wild roller coaster that one was.
Yeah, I get to run this one back just a little bit as well, man. A fiery defense offered up from him. Because the trades, his teammates were falling every which way beside him. And yet still he's the one to offer up the defense. Beautiful work. When it was needed the most. And MIBR back to winning ways to found the recovery of sorts. There's a lot going down though. Again, the economy is going to be something to keep an eye out for. But another timeout from PLANO. They're making sure to get the best possible use out of these things. Count them up. That's just a second. Yeah,
I think even a bit fortunate to get as much ground as they did during that segment, because there was actually a 3-man stack on the inner site. As they tried to break that, they were just lucky that Exit was the safety net to fall back on, and he came through with the double, nearly the ace. So that is what we're looking for MIBR. If you want Exit to be doing well, you got it. Spam though, and Exit isn't doing very well at the start of this one. He's down to 55 very early on. And so PLANO set their sights back to the outside shenanigans. It's been a while since they've sent the entire team here.
And he's looking for some sort of avenue in this round. He's got to be so careful. Oh, well placed Molly.
Oh.
And JOTA just going to take one straight through the smoke. That's a great way to kick off proceedings right there. Finding an opening pick, essentially free of charge. And they're going to keep walking into Henny's scope. They don't even realize.
No way you're ever going to expect that. Henny right around the corner. Brennison next fight on the table. They want to pick a fight with him, the young gun, but this man is certain competition. Versus five now, though.
So many incredible anchors on this team, huh? Like Exit, Horizon, or rather, Exit and Brennison, right? Those are the two anchors that you've got playing their roles to perfection. Brennison just activates on this flank, man. Yep. That is just disgusting.
Never passive, always forward, and Brennison is going to even clean up from the anchor position, comes out of his shell, and he got some mean moves, it seems. So, PLANO definitely stumped on that one. They went outside and mostly got read into. Mostly had an off of Henny already inside a secret, and I mean, JOTA finding the spam kill is cool, but when you have that op inside a secret, that is a big commitment to make. That op is not going to be part of the play. Now, as they jump through, this is going to be a Brennison show. There's two. Does get traded out. Henny is in rotation, but doesn't connect the shot. And yeah, he's going to have to give them some ground here as he falls back even further now. Misses another, and this gets really dicey, as now that's an op on the ground for retrieval.
The aggressive Tuurtle could get caught off guard. He's spotted at the very least. He doesn't commit. He's trying to run away. Trying to escape. He does get it out. Safe and sound, but like you said, awkward. Still very much so for MIBR. This is around, should in theory be easy, but all of a sudden, they're starting to scramble to pick up the pieces.
KNG just making a couple of footsteps, trying to sell something down towards that lower site. Question if Tuurtle is going to bite down on that one. Same time exit. Great awareness to find KNG. That definitely suggests that it's coming back towards A, but it's not through heaven. It's from behind Tuurtle inside a squeaky. How will this timing favor him? As the smoke goes through, Tuurtle turn, didn't matter, is able to also take down the planter. Tuurtle spins, MIBR back on their feet.
About as awkward as it gets in the position right there from Tuurtle. I don't know what on earth. He was so exposed to the squeaky door right there. The boldness to just hang around was definitely there, but the job is done. And he still is able to spin in time. So again, another one of these anchor players that has been able to really come into form here for MIBR. It's just a constant improvement for this team. And you're definitely seeing it in the half here. 9-5. There's a chance for one more. I think the PLANO could be happy if they can grab 6. They're kind of already feeling some sort of comfort with 5. Oh my god, Nick has had an opportunity, but eventually bails out.
Down inside of the vents is JOTA. I love the positioning. PLANO have loved to go down that vent. It's where they found a lot of that success. And Tuurtle unable to readjust on that play. So that'll actually be the man advantage for the plan. But Henny opens up. KNG can't win his fight. Henny, though, unable to connect, and things get weird. Opportunities open up here for PLANO. JOTA looking to close it down, though, and finding Nekes as a smoke fades. Brennison getting activated as well. Just needs to look up above him, and he'll go down as a result. Yell gets the spot. Pyria outside making noise, and Yell realizes that these are both 2A players. Maybe we can go B, maybe we can go down ramp, and I think they have begun to realize that. JOTA gets annihilated, and it looks like a 9-6. Unless Exit has some magic about him, and he doesn't. Pyria knocking right on the door, and it's a 9-6 half for MIBR, but PLANO are still looking strong. See you after the break. Off the starting gates, both these teams looking solid. Both these teams definitely have their win conditions and their plans set out. But now heading over to that CT side, PLANO. Need to put it together. Double dual Berettas. And 9-6 half ahead of them. A pistol round definitely a necessity, but MIBR definitely favored still by 1x bet. My name is Fly. I'm joined by Cole Exner McHenry. So we're jumping into our second half here on Nuke, and it starts off with Tuurtle, and it might just end JOTA flying Glock onto Yell. Goodbye. Papiria has something to say. Young man here of PLANO. In a team filled with veterans, he's looking to bring the goods, and that's another headshot for him. It's crisp, it's clean, but it might not be enough. It has to be. Neck is in this 1v2.
Put it back in the realm of possibility, though, here. So Nekus can realistically pull off a clutch. The issue is with this little reroute from MIBR. They had all of A control at one point here. How long does Nekus hold his nerve? And the opposite vent here. He hasn't moved a muscle. Looks like that will remain true as they go in towards the lower bomb site. So this retake becomes a little bit more tricky, sure. But it's still doable. Issue is now, I know at MIBR, they have all the time to reroute, change up their post plants here.
Play these wild angles. Nekus has to consider all of that. He makes his way back in through the single door. Fortunately, the door has to make a noise cue, and well, the noise cue might not have mattered because it's a pistol round for MIBR. Massive round victory, they know it. And that might be the momentum to carry them through this game.
Yeah, a whole lot of energy coming through from Tuurtle right there. He's getting loud after these clutches, after these round conversions. Are always a valuable asset to have that energy piece. You know that PLANO, they like to get their early starts. They like to get their early leads here. They're looking to take it right back, though. They're going for a force bite here.
Eagles out, definitely. It's a risk. Always is, but boy, the momentum swing if this team wins their Deagle round will shake the foundations of the studio they're in. Volley in towards the steps. Still do need to make the cross. Period. Does get flashed off. KNG has a lot of food on his plate all of a sudden. Tucking away into the corner. He will fall. Damage dealt, all things said, but more needs to be transitioned upon. And as they try to go down towards the vents, it's only Yell. It'll get dropped in. This round systematic as it's just Pyria all of a sudden in a 1v5, and he's tucked away inside the dark cubby.
He is on the right side of the map, that's for sure. How much can he get away with, though? Surely someone's going to get a bit antsy. And yeah, and he's not going to allow that to slide. His webcam might have slid down, but he won't let that slide.
I think you need to be a little bit more than just on the right side of the map to win a 1v5.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually.
I'm here, everyone. Fear me.
That's that does help, having like a teammate or two on the right side of the map as well. That goes a long way.
Yeah. I would think so. Full eco upcoming for PLANO.
A little bit of a nade stack towards the mini. Interesting that they pull that off in a round like this. You know, kind of showing a trick up their sleeve in a round that really, you know, tricks shouldn't be required.
Bit of architecture assembled.
This is interesting.
Missed Molly. Believe it or not. And you also have this funny boot.
Hello.
Yep, leg spotted out. This is going to fall apart pretty quickly. The round ends quite quickly. Hey, I mean, if you wanted to get some ideas for some boosts in your pugs, maybe not that one, but no offense.
Yeah, it was interesting to say the least there. Issue with that is I think if you get spotted, that totem, because you can only see the bottom pillar, quickly falls apart. But MIBR quickly moving up to 12. They're the ones that take the momentum after that last round was converted in the last half from PLANO. Going for a big bonus, though. 3 Galils held on to here. The max 10, of course, from Brennison. Just looking at only one player without head armor as well, and that's KNG with the op. So not having this head armor isn't really too much of an issue.
It's going to be a little bit of A-site pop here on this bonus, and great execute, dragging the attention away. It's a 1-for-1. Nekus gets ran down. Couldn't find any action towards Squeaky's. Hung out to dry. And as this plant comes through, PLANO have to consider the save. And what was once a close game here, Cole, has now ballooned into a 13-6 lead.
Yeah, they're calling this one quits there. That's a massive victory. Just a simple A explosion. Kind of giving PLANO the same sort of tempo that was granted to MIBR. That kind of surprising nature of an A execute on the first gun round. You just don't expect it sometimes. You get caught a little lackadaisical, a couple of slow plays there, and all of a sudden, they're in your face. They're executing in, and you could see in that round specifically, PLANO only had 2 A-site defenders. That's just not enough in some occasions, especially when the utility rains on in and the trades come out.
Just a well put together, well thought out execute for MIBR. They only need basically, what could be said is 2 more gun rounds to their name. Force your opponent down to eco. Could be a couple of freebie rounds unless PLANO wants to have something to say. They came into this match with such gusto. They were excited. They want to be here. They want to show at Rio. MIBR is a tough opponent, though. A good opponent for sure.
They've been checked by reality pretty hard.
Yeah.
After that little early activation on the start. Great
there we
kill
go.
Though. Blinded up does not matter. We'll find 2. The molly that follows suit is going to separate them as well. So pulling this round back is near impossible.
A great angle. Despite the flash was great from MIBR, but the angle's superior because they have to walk through hut. If there's any angle you want to spam while blind, it would probably be hut. The tightest choke point in Counter-Strike Global Offensive outside of this door right here. And Yell is going to thrive on that one. I doubt he or maybe he will survive this. He finds a double kill somehow, some way. And Henny in a 1 versus 4, probably just looking for some extra damage or something of the sort. So this is going to be PLANO picking up the pieces, cutting down the deficit just a tad bit. They're going to need to do more than what they've just done here, but this is not bad.
Yeah, we'll see if Henny can find a kill or 2 on his way out. He's already found 1. Seconds around the corner here. He's calling in for backup though. Ooh, the double swing wasn't all there, so Neck is going to delay out the trade, but it does come eventually. Keeping that magic number 3 up, always adding that value to the economy here, but again, a round like this was so necessary for PLANO to get back into things. I mean, you still have a couple of Galeals that Henny got round number 2, right? So obviously things are going quite well when you have just now had to reinvest for the first time. And obviously, if you're Henny, you got 10k in reserves. You can make a case to go for the op here if you just want to try and get onto your comfort guns. But also, if you're looking to keep that pressure and that tempo up, then yeah, he's going to go on the rifle.
Yeah, it seems like MIBR have favored the fast plays out towards that A site. Trying to flex the muscle of their executes. But if that stops working quickly, then what's next? What's next down the line in the playbook here for MIBR? And do PLANO have a response? They don't have much time to think about that response. They just have to do. What a nade.
Cool.
PLANO. Renison doesn't even get a chance to entry, and there's a massive gap in that smoke as well with the molly thrown to extinguish. There are problems here early for MIBR.
Problems that don't have easy solutions either. Renison, one of those entry prowess, is already taken down there. Yell's actually going to finish the job eventually. They haven't even shown the secret position here. Yell's still fighting. So pretty much she's maintained all of this out of yard control without even showing face that there's a player still tucked in towards secret. So Yell's going to rotate off, start to bolster up elsewhere, and leave their K and G factor in secret just ready to strike if anything else does go towards outside. Now, that's not the case, but now this A bomb site is kind of, heavily more stacked.
Typically, if Nuke overextends, there could be a problem, or he runs out of ammo. Same. Has to change out mags. Looking to assemble a boost. They could get spotted. This player out towards Mustang could get spotted. He moves around just a tad too much, or just finding the instant headshot. That works as well. As finding that is just plenty enough. Now Kaike up top from the Mustang position. Tough angle to clear. Does get spotted. JOTA also taps down Yell outside. The wheels are coming off in this round. 10 seconds remaining. And that's the bomb. Can't get no-scoped out of the round, though. But Kaike is going to come through on the site and actually line up a triple kill. Settling that one down for PLANO and back on their feet. That's 2 in a row.
Yeah, I mean, the wheels were coming off right there, but the time was also dwindling down. So you have those two factors. I think they really panicked to trade out Kaike, and eventually, in the attempt to trade him, they all just kind of slowed down. They lined up for him, made that spray down quite easy, but still just as impressive. And PLANO, the resurgence continues here. I mean, again, a CT-sided comeback isn't that far-fetched here on Nuke. Especially when you're holding MIBR off at 13 rounds, you're starting to build up that momentum. I mean, honestly, PLANO coming right out of the gates have shown to be a team that can ride those highs of momentum as well.
And when they start garnering that momentum, as you can see here, they can take themselves to new heights. I remember during the CS Summit 8 RMR, way back, that PLANO team rode that emotion together. They were boot camping out of Mexico together. This was back with VSM, Leo. Kenny was with them. Kenny and Lucas, I believe. But I might be mistaken. But yeah, they were able to ride that high, and I think that they're doing exactly that right now. As Yell starts off on the JOTA. This is
good opening pick.
Yeah, this is starting to become systematic from PLANO. Round after round, opener after opener.
Constantly getting these openers towards the outer yard as well. I mean, it seems in some occasions MIBR maybe getting over eager in some peaks. They're not allowing for some of the utility to land. They're allowing for PLANO to just farm up some free picks here and there. Right now, something you can't afford. We know that they're starting to build some form here on PLANO. Here, they're starting to resurge. A lot of money built up in KNG. Here, Yell spin firing away towards the outer yard consistently. JOTA keeping him at bay. He's taking so much ground. He's claiming so much space. He's got himself tucked in towards the back of Big Garage. Double up in the re-aggression towards lobby here, and Nekes is going to call things clear. They know exactly where they are.
Question is, do they keep stacking up outside, or do they let Yell do his thing? Stuck out towards the back of Garage. Drops his own smoke. Is he going to engage in some spam battle tomfoolery? Not quite. Instead, they're going to bring it back to lobby. And only perhaps because of one player. Exit is not quite even in lobby. They're saving. Yeah, all right. They are saving. Inside a spawn. It's a pacifist round. Kaike wants to bring us some fight to it, but no ground gained. They're just going to concede.
That's a bit of a worrying look right there from MIBR. It seems like their ideas are running slim. I mean, they just defaulted for a full minute and 20 right there into a save call because they had no space, no ground. No one wanted to choose coming through from MIBR's T side here. And yeah, you're going to need a tactical timeout to talk things over after a round like that. Because that's kind of a statement. PLANO, knowing that they find the opening duel, man, who else is going to go for that space?
It's starting to get problematic. And I think one of the biggest problems is that they've just run out of utility. And if you save, It's gonna be tough to bring back out the utility. Tuurtle will get himself a full belt. But a missing smoke could definitely pay dividends in the long run. They don't have time to waffle around. Do need to get ground and pretty darn quickly with some of their lacking utility belts. Nuke is playing very up close. Here's these reloads. It's always so tempting to go start swinging off the back of these reloads. Nothing giving just yet. PLANO, it's not the same. They're gonna have to play a longer stage round here. No opening so early on.
I can only imagine the enticement that Nuke is feeling, knowing he could turn the corner there and probably catch someone off guard, but that's exactly what MIBR wants you to do, right? They want you to walk into that trap, get a little antsy, try and give up an opening pick, because MIBR have been struggling to find those. This time, no one goes down early towards the outer yard. That's a win in MIBR's books in its own sense. Finally being able to play a 5v5. Even though there's only 50 seconds left. That's something to note.
Nuke is still in this position as well. Now they're gonna slow walk out. Squeaky. Good work. Molly on top of Hut. That's clear. And Kaika has no idea. Kaika had no idea. No one on the site even had a clue. What a read. They just slow walk out. Unbelievable. Round's done.
I was about to fault MIBR for the same issue right there. They default for a minute 20 left on the clock. They really didn't have that much space. They threw a couple of outer yard smokes that sure sold a bit of a fake. But other than that, they had nothing but lobby control to their name with about 30 seconds left on the clock. That's problematic in theory, but in practice, the gap that they were able to slip in towards the A-bomb site, the boldness of the call right there from MIBR, despite the timidness in the default, completely blindsided PLANO. That is an incredible read. That's an incredible call coming through from the MIBR camp off the timeout as well, of all things.
A silent walkout squeaky. That's what wins them the round in the mid-round. No one was watching Mini. No one was watching Squeaky. You can see how this pans out. I mean, it's just the instant double entry there. Kaika had no idea what hit him. And Nuke can only hold that position for so long before he gets wrapped up. I mean, I think they're betting a lot on Nuke hearing a lot of footsteps coming out from Squeaky and Hut to communicate properly, but still, that is a blunder there from PLANO that they don't have a lot of space to make that. Not in this tournament, for sure.
That's an insane call.
Oh, at the front. And it works again. The same thing works again. Another just fast A play. Another play that just catches both players off guard. Kaika and Nuke have just been exploited in these T-side rounds. MIBR have been able to pop out onto this A-side 4 times this half and take down both players.
Yeah, they've identified a real weakness, right? And you can see that it's constantly being exploited. I mean, they're just calling a circle around these A-side plays. And honestly, you know, you would like to fault these two players individually for some of the lacking A-holds, but it's also, you know, the grand scheme of PLANO's issues on the defense right now. You got to be honest. 2 players, if you're constantly getting executed on with full utility, flashes, all the works, is not enough to hold off on the A side in the current meta, right? You have to have the extra elements here. Oh, and KNG down to 1 HP, barely walks away with that op. Lucky to be alive. But another round to add to the tally. Now that's map point for MIBR claim.
Yeah, just caught out of position. I mean, excellent flashes, but protocol's not there. PLANO getting ran over. Okay, but can MIBR find another solution? Will this keep working over and over again? This time they want to
plan though.
They want to put pressure outside, I suppose.
Yeah, that is a little bit more of an aggressive element. And they do have KNG actually posted up in towards mini. Beautiful stuff. And this is what's been working well. PLANO getting these kills, actually utilizing Yell towards this outer yard, but traded 1-for-1. Could create some chaos here. Doubling up in towards ramp, rather lobby, and waiting patiently. His exit with an off angle. Oh, Nekis walks right into it.
Exit. That is a dagger of a double kill. And a 2v4 as it stands, period. I mean, if he walks underneath the ladder, he's actually a dead man to Brenison. Feria cannot move. He's basically locked in position. The 2v4 was looking like a potential comeback to occur. It's MIBR outplaying, and Pyria, the fate that I was talking about, had just befell him. He walked underneath the ladder, and the most evil form of mistletoe was Brenison. Henny will take down KNG, and that is going to be a 16-9 victory. MIBR come through. They look like a team that is ready to take themselves to Rio. Strong performance out of them.
Yeah, so I mean, so far the competitive matchups that I was thinking today were going to be ATK versus Complexity, potentially, and PLANO taking on MIBR, right? Those were the two I was expecting to be a little bit more competitive, but